following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin.
I was dancing back here because I was trying to get all pumped up.
I know, right?
I took a nap, and I'm feeling kind of like, hi, I'm Christine.
So jealous. And I'm Gabby.
And this is 50 Shades of Bullshit, where we are talking about dating. We're talking about dating today.
Dating. Fucking dating.
Exactly. Hi, Gabby. It's been a little bit. You're finally back. Gabby's back.
I'm back.
She was here in Los Angeles visiting, and I was going to get to see her. And then my stupid ass got COVID. Yes. And I couldn't see her.
I know. I was really upset, but I understood.
Yeah.
But I was very upset.
I was very upset.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't come home because I was home and I cried.
Yeah, I cried a bit too. But yeah, tell them your good news.
My good news?
Huh?
That I no longer use dating apps.
Yeah, someone has a boyfriend.
You know, I dumped the dating apps before we were official. So that tells you something, because if my dating ass, who's a little addicted to the dating sites, got rid of them before he even asked to be exclusive.
Hey. The stars are aligning, but with dating apps, it's like you hate them, but you need them. And you hate them, you get off them. You're like, I'm done. And you try another one, or you have your go-to ones, you get off of them. And then there's that moment where you're like, all right, I'm just going to do it again. You always go back to them. And now, I remember when I first started dating apps, it was JDate. JDate was the only one. And then there was, I think it was Match.
Match was the first one.
And not Okay. Match and eHarmony. I feel like those were the three. They were all paid. You had to pay for everything. And then the other ones, the free ones came out, and you try all different ones, and you get bombarded with random messages or dick pics or...
Jason found his wife, our producer on this show, the voice behind everything. He found his wife on JDate. Yeah. It's possible. We had our episode way back in the beginning, about people who had found each other on dating sites, and that's great. I wasn't having that kind of luck. The thing with me is that I really was, I think, a serial dater. If I look back on things, I denied it when I was in the midst of it, just because I was so, worried about being alone and, worrying about, not being able to find my person and someone falling in love with me or vice versa. I was always worried about that. It was really, honestly, after we started the show and we started learning all these things about ourselves and, really starting to feel that I really liked myself and that I liked my company more than most of those tools that I was dating. That was good. That really opened my eyes. And, everybody said, when you find yourself and you're happy and you're okay being alone, that's when you find someone. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Because
Right. Or you'll find someone when you're not looking. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm always looking. Always on the hunt on multiple dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
and then, you get certain, a lot of messages, or there's always like, they always use that expression, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but people now, because of dating apps, it's like they're fishing with multiple poles. So
Right.
even you and I, like, we'll be dating someone, but we're always wondering, is there like a better pole that's going to pull something better out?
Sometimes there are.
You don't like, it's almost as if because there's so many options, like you don't, like people just easily give up and move on to the next versus working towards it.
Right. I started going on dating apps when my friend told me about it right after my divorce, and this is a long time ago. When they're, like you said, when there were only a couple of the paying sites, and that's dating myself. Fuck. But
I just called out JDate. Okay, like let's be real.
Let's be real. So the thing with me is that even when I was dating somebody, like starting to date somebody, and it was just kind of like him and I would, I don't know, when I was alone, still kind of look, or if it was starting to get a little more serious, I would put it on hold. But quite frankly, I don't think I've gone off the sites completely until now.
Look at you. You're so cute.
I went off the sites. They're gone. Bye-bye. But anyway, let's talk
I think that's awesome. Like, I mean, I've had the love-hate, like where I'm so fed up with the hit and misses that I'm like, I sign off and I delete them from my phone, and I like give myself maybe like a month, sometimes it's 2 weeks, and I end up going back. It's like that bad boyfriend, that toxic relationship, you just go back. But now, I mean, and especially like when I first started on JDate, like I lived in LA and my friends and I were all on it, and we all dated the same people.
Yeah.
There were only certain people on. Yeah. And now there are so many people and there's so many apps, some that we haven't even heard of. And I think our guest today is going to talk about one.
Yeah.
But they're so creative now.
We've got
kind of glad that I'm not on, I don't have to be on them anymore because I'm very happy with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's nice that like they're taking a creative approach.
Yeah, we got a little feedback on you, Gabby. Can you turn your speaker down just a tiny bit? So sorry, babe. What's happening is we've got these traditional sites, which is, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, Match, all these things, and everybody's on them. They're all on the same ones. And there's just such a high number of people who are fake and catfish and scammers, reusing pictures like we talked with our other guests, and and it's really frustrating, and it can be incredibly daunting. Sorry, my computer's going nuts now. It can be incredibly daunting to have all of these different choices and not knowing.
Okay, she froze. So now I'm wondering, like, if she's talking about if you're actually talking to the right person or the person that's in the pictures. Okay, I'm not sure where she went. But, I mean, I guarantee the listeners, everyone has experienced a catfish or someone that asks for money. Or, I mean, I've met people that, like, they say that they look like, or there you are. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry. I was talking, so come back at me.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Something was going crazy with my computer. It was like a ghost in the machine. So anyway, what we were saying is that, if we can help people find the right dating site for them, and there is a real slew of dating sites that are coming out now, for people to say they're mentally handicapped, mentally actually, and physically handicapped, and someone who may prefer something other than another thing. I mean, there's lots of these different dating sites, and I actually have a big list of them, and I should put them all together and post them for the show sometime. But let's talk about Dano. let's bring on Dano. Let's say, so Dano Quails is who we're talking to today. He's the co-founder of Speechless Dating. And his goal is to make better daters and make better connections. So I'm interested to see how he does that. He's a software designer and user experience researcher, which is kind of cool. I'm interested in that. With a decade of experience working at large companies, startups, and oh my God, whatever. I can't talk. Gabby, you're frozen now. God damn it. Anyway,
I'm not.
He's a smart guy and he does all this smart stuff and he lives in Denver. And when he's not focused on getting Speechless out there, he is dancing the tango, he's gardening, kickboxing, hiking, skiing, and he does these really fun TikTok videos. So we're going to have to check out his TikTok too.
Yeah.
Our guest. But let's bring in Dano.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Dano, how's it going out there in sunny Denver?
Yeah, Denver's good. Denver's always good, it seems like.
Yeah, you know, I'm from Wyoming and I used to live in Denver after high school.
It's a good spot.
Yeah. Well,
y'all gave me a really great intro of talking about how bad dating apps are. Because my whole thing is like, it's the dating app for people who are done with dating apps and they're ready for something better. So it was like a perfect intro.
Well, that's good to know because, you know, quite frankly, we don't know a thing about Speechless. And I kind of wanted it to remain that way. That's why I didn't ask you a lot of questions beforehand, because I wanted to, you know, be speechless. I wanted to be able to honestly say what I thought about dating apps and then just kind of see where yours falls. So tell us how you decided to create a dating app, period, like at all.
Yeah, so it started about a year ago, about last summer. I was with some friends in the backyard joking about how dating apps feel like a part-time job, a second job, where you're constantly texting multiple people, all these conversations happening at once, and every person takes a week of texting to text every day, ask questions to get to a date. And I said, I just want to outsource it. I want to like hire an assistant to just do all my texting for me. And they'll just talk to people. I'll swipe on who I like. They'll do a lot of texting, set up dates, and I'll just show up on the date and just read the history and just show up. And I thought it was pretty funny and clever, but my friend said, that's really rude. You can't do that. Because she knew I do it. She knew I do it just for the story. And she said, you can't do that. That's terrible. And I said, okay, well, what if I made a dating app where there is no texting? You just go straight to a phone call or straight to a date. And she said, okay, I would use that. So I thought, okay, maybe there's something here. And I spent all last summer and fall talking to everyone that I met that was on dating apps. So what do you think of a dating app where you don't text, like a no inbox dating app, a no work dating app, just go straight to connecting with someone, straight to a little phone call in the app. And that's where it kind of was and evolved till about 2 weeks ago. We had a major shift. But up until 2 weeks ago, the whole point was the simplest way to make a genuine human connection. If you can just match with someone and have a 10-minute phone call in the app as soon as possible, maybe that day or the next day, you could send some voice memos back and forth to warm up and get a feel for what they're like. And then when you're ready, schedule a call. I'm free today at 7, 8, and 9. You're free today at 9. So there you go. There's a match. Let's have a call tonight at 9. And that was where we got to till about 2 weeks ago. And then we tried to do some more interviews on like how people think about dating, what the problems are with dating, and saw that that is a possible solution, but it's only a solution to part of the whole dating problem. There's phases before and phases after that that are also not being solved by that. Can we solve those? So I'm back to the drawing board and kept that in place, the idea of no texting, go straight to the phone call, but also added in some stuff before and after. So I think there are 4 phases to dating. There's preparation, where you learn how to date. Maybe it's talking to your buddies or reading books, or no preparation whatsoever. You come in with your goals and your attitudes, and this is what I want to find and how I'm going to get it. Then you have discovery, where you see who's out there on the apps and you see who you want to talk to. Hopefully you match them. Then you have your connections, where you're actually talking to them, actually building this relationship back and forth so you can go on a date. And then there's feedback, which is usually no feedback or a second date or no thanks. Like, yeah, let's have a date. No, it's not. Or I don't hear from you ever again. And it starts all over again. You take that experience, roll it to the next one. And there's problems all across the board. And I think we can fix all 4 of these areas: the preparation, discovery, connection, and feedback with a little bit of creativity.
We've got some feedbacks going on here. Sorry, Dano. Hold on a second.
Sounds good on my end.
Yeah, I can hear. There we go. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Dano. Let's go on from there. So you say there's 4 different levels.
Yeah, there's preparation, discovery, connection, and feedback.
And this is actually inside your app.
Well, we're building it now. So we would focus purely on that third part, the connection. That's built, ready to go. It's getting approved by the App Store, hopefully this week or next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But then we decided we want to add in these other features as well to like fix the entire process of dating, and not just the connecting part, but all the stuff before and after that as well.
Okay.
This is really fascinating. And I do want to preface, I mean, even if our entrance to our little prequel, I mean, we've been dating for a long time on dating apps, and to kind of see that people are taking their experience and molding a updated, modified version like this, I think is phenomenal. And I think that more people need to know that these are available versus like those standard ones that we all hate.
Yeah. So your concept then with Speechless is getting rid of the stupid part of a dating app where we get all these flooded of messages that are mainly from catfishing or bots or fake profiles. And you're saying that if you connect, are you connecting by a photo, or are you connecting by like a profile?
The profile is the same. You have pictures, you have paragraphs about yourself. Okay. The difference is, instead of texting back and forth, and yes, there are bots and scammers and catfish, but there's also a lot of real people. And if you have a lot of them, it gets to be a problem. Too much of a good thing, right? And how do you talk to them? How do you actually connect to them quickly and genuinely? So our vision for all before this was the simplest way to make a genuine connection. Okay. That was our goal. Like, as fast as possible, let's see if we connect. There's no algorithm that can tell us. There's no recommendation. We have to just talk for 10 minutes. And if we talk for 10 minutes, we'll know if we want to have a longer phone call or go on a date. That's all it takes.
Well, I think that it can eliminate quite a few of the fake profiles. Now, it may not be able to eliminate a catfish, because somebody can still be pretending to be somebody else, which is a whole nother ballgame, which we've talked about. But it can eliminate the ones that are coming in and they are saying they are from Ohio, and then you get on the phone with them and they have a Nigerian accent. So it can eliminate that. I can see that.
Well, we're also going to have the ability to turn on the camera for a video call if you want. It defaults to phone because most people there's preparation involved for a video call, and sometimes it's too much. Like, I don't want to get prepared for a video call. I just finished the gym. Phone call is great. So that's the default. But you tap the button that says turn on camera, and now you can actually see them. But that's always optional.
Yeah, I like the idea of that, because that can get rid of the catfish as well if you have to be on video.
Now, is this going to be launching just locally, or is it like, when you do launch it, is it going national?
A little of both. So it'll be available nationally, but we're going to focus on Denver at first, because that's where the team is. So we're actually launching a waitlist version of the app in Denver. So when it hits the stores, we'll just be able to sign up for it, the waitlist. Once we have 200 names on the waitlist in Denver, then it goes live everywhere. And
are you looking for a specific demographic?
No, people who want genuine connections, more simply.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
So it's for anybody. So that was the original idea. That's what we built. That's what we put in the App Store. But as of a couple weeks ago, we want to expand on it and hit these other areas as well.
Yeah, tell us about that.
You're actually the first people to hear this, because I've been just workshopping this with my team, but haven't actually told anybody. So I'm kind of like workshopping it with you all now as well, because I haven't actually. Nice. The website is still the old version of like just the the phone call.
Lay it on us.
So I mentioned there's the 4 phases, and I have ideas for all 4 of those phases. The first one, preparation. I want to incentivize people to have healthy preparation for good dating, learning your attachment style, learning strategies for finding a partner instead of someone who's just very sparky and fun, what to look for. These will be links to like quizzes, articles, videos. If you interact with those, we will unlock features in the app for you. So in the default state of the app, you get like 3 likes a day. But as you go watch these videos and articles and quizzes, whatever, you go from 3 likes a day to 4, 5, 10 likes a day, super likes, boosts, see who likes you. All the bonus powerful features of other apps will be available for you.
But those other apps force you to pay for it.
Yeah, we let you pay for it through putting in the work of becoming better at dating.
Love that.
Yeah, me too.
Because you're investing in yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And to have those readily available, Dano, like a lot of people need help.
Yeah, they do. So you were saying there are going to be articles and interactive things, and it'll start to unlock things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want you.
Dano, you keep using the we. So is there a group of you?
We as in the team, or we as in people on the apps?
No, you that are creating this. I mean, you say we are doing this, we are doing this. So I'm assuming that there are multiple people a part of this project.
Yes,
okay.
We've got a small team of about 5 people.
That's awesome. I think that's awesome.
So go back and tell us, okay, so there are articles, there are interactive videos, there are things to kind of prepare you, and it starts unlocking things. So continue from there.
Mm-hmm. So that's preparation, which makes you better prepared for dating, but also makes the entire dating pool more prepared. So anyone that you match with on the app, they probably have spent time reading articles, watching videos, learning through the quizzes, and they know about healthy behaviors and healthy practices rather than someone just showed up on the app. So I think the entire dating pool will be better because of it.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, have you guys consulted like dating coaches, like to kind of help with those articles and quizzes and kind of self-reflection activities?
Yeah, I had a phone call before this with a friend of mine who's a therapist, and she was giving me resources, and we're in the process of building that out now. Like I said, for the last 9 months, we've been focused on let's build the app where you have faster connections through phone calls. And just in the last 2 weeks, we decided to expand to the entire problem set of dating. So this is a relatively new thing. You're the first people to hear about it outside the team.
Awesome.
Well, I'm feeling really privileged.
Christine and I have had dating coaches on our show. So maybe if you're interested, we can connect you with those people nationwide that could absolutely be interested in something like this.
Yeah, Dano is part of the group that I'm the professional roundtable group.
Okay.
And that's how I met Dano, is through that. And he's actually friends with Janice, who co-hosts with me, and she comes on the show quite a bit. Dano's got a plethora of people to help guide him as well.
Awesome.
So, Dano, once they have that first step, which is getting ready, preparing themselves, knowing that other people are preparing themselves too, what happens?
All right. So step 2 is discovery. Who do I want to talk to on this app? And we'll have the standard format like everyone else has with profiles and hearts and X's because it works. But we want to expand beyond that as well. I think one of the ways we're going to do that is having a series of questions you can answer, and you can scroll through the questions. So it could be things like, tell me about your best friend. What do you want to be when you grow up? What are your dreams? What do you think of adoption? And you kind of pick a question you like. And people can answer these questions. You can scroll through a question that interests you, like tell me about your dreams. And you can listen to people answer it through a voice prompt. And it's the same question answered every time, but different people answering it with just the video play, just the audio play button and a name and a view profile button. So no picture, no age, no height, just hearing a person talk about this interesting topic. And if it interests you, you click view profile, and now you can see their age and their height and their picture and whatever, and decide, do I want to actually send them a like? But you've got the chance to experience personality before you saw their height, age, and face.
So it starts out with speech, the sound of someone's voice, the way that they answer it, maybe heartfelt or flippant, and then they get to choose whether they want to see that person from there.
Yeah, so you can scroll through, pick a question you like tell me about your dreams. And you can scroll through, listen to answers. Once you find an interesting answer, you can click view profile, check it out. This is not going to be in this first version coming out in a few weeks. This is something I'm designing it right now. It's coming down the line, but it's to help solve that second problem of discovery.
So right now, that's going to be an added feature. Right now, you just have photographs and their profile information. Okay.
Yeah, very standard profiles right now.
Okay, that's cool. So then once they get through let's learn about ourselves, let's improve ourselves, then there's the discovery phase, which they get to find somebody they might be interested in. And then once they match, what happens from matching?
So that's what's going to be in this first version of the app coming out soon. You have someone you've matched with. The very first thing you can do is really two actions. You can either send voice memos back and forth, or you can schedule a phone call. Send memos until you're comfortable. It could be none. You could just say, you seem cool. I'm free tonight at 7, 7:30, 8, 9, 9:30. And they may say, yeah, I'm actually free too. Let's just schedule a phone call. I'm free right now and just hop on a call. Or maybe the warm up and you have to say, hey, you seem cool. Like you have pictures in Paris. I'm going next summer. Hopefully we can chat about Paris. And you go back and forth for a few days and then you schedule a call. Totally up to you how you want to do it. But the point is you're not getting to know them over the memos. You're just getting comfortable for the phone call where you do get to know them. And that happens.
And you're skipping the bullshit.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, that's the whole, I mean, the idea of like that, you know, the nonsense back and forth texting, the messaging on an app that can take forever and you're really just getting to the point like, hey, like, let's get that true connection, see if it's there, the chemistry. I love that.
I do too. You know what I find when I was thinking about the show every day before our show, I really kind of think about what it is that we're going to talk about. And I was thinking about one of the things that I didn't like about a dating app. And one of that is that when I would match with somebody and we would start with a message, you could literally scroll through and see, hey, how are you today? I'm fine. How are you? Great. 5 fucking days later, hey, what are you up to? Where are you? What are you doing today? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like it goes on and on and on, and it's so boring, and it just makes me want to like. So I love the fact that people can connect and match, and then go straight to skipping the how are yous and go to a straight phone call.
And even if you ask that question, how are you? If you're in a phone call, that becomes an entirely different answer than over text. You actually talk about your day and like you get into like what happened in these crazy stories and it becomes interesting versus good, you.
Yeah,
exactly. You're actually like, instead of it being like that, like superficial responses that are completely standard. And like Christine says, like you'll see them on every message board or every person you message, but this really, you get to see personality.
That's the hope.
Yeah,
oh, that's flipping awesome. I mean, I'm not single anymore, but damn, like I'm going to be telling my single friends, like, I mean, when you're out, when you expanded, because you're only in Denver.
Well, we're going to be everywhere, but really focused on Denver. So you get it like when you first sign up, you put in your zip code. And if you're not in Denver, it'll say, hey, you're in Los Angeles. We're not launched there yet. You can still use the app, but don't expect a lot of people to be on the app just yet.
I'm in Milwaukee.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the Midwest people. But I mean, I am absolutely going to be spreading the word. I think this is a phenomenal concept, and I really, I'm looking forward to seeing your vision, come to real.
Very cool.
That's what I'm looking for.
Like I said, y'all are the first ones to hear this because
awesome.
I spent the last week writing some patents for the first idea of preparation, incentivizing preparation through like unlocking features in the app. So, and just today I actually finished my patent for the second idea, which is actually the feedback part of it. So now I can talk about this idea.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So after you start doing the voice thing or the video thing, and you do you do feedback before you go on a date, or do you go on a date and then you do feedback, or is it both?
Yeah. So the idea is it wouldn't be like Uber rating feedback, like 4 stars out of 5, cute but kind of boring. or 1 star to 5. I didn't get a second date, so they're obviously a terrible person. I actually met a guy earlier this year who built a dating app that revolved around feedback. He
That could
told me
be-
that people love the idea of reading reviews, but hate the idea of getting reviewed.
Right.
Well, also, I got to tell you, there are a lot of apps that there are a lot of really tool kind of guys on there, and they get really sexual really fast. They get like one app made us call, so we called, and the person I saw on the other end wasn't his face. It was immediately something else. It was jerking off for me. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I hung up, of course, and I reported it. But when I tell men no, sorry, you're not my type. I'm not interested. Thanks, but no thanks. They get mad and they start doing bullshit like reporting you. Like I've gone on dates and these guys are wackadoodle and they're not for me. They're kind of stalkery. And I've had to block them on my phone. And then they'll go into the dating app and say that I was fake or that I was a scammer. And they'll report me to get my profile booted off. So people can really do some really hurtful reviews that may not even be true. So how do you think that you are going to handle something like that?
Yeah. So my idea, and again, you're the first people to hear it, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on if it's a good idea or not.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is the feedback would be private and filtered through a dating coach. So you have messages or you have a phone call or you have a date. Afterwards, you have the option of giving feedback that will never be seen by anybody except a dating coach assigned to this person.
Mm.
After you get 5 types of feedback for one category of like, messaging feedback or first call feedback or date feedback, once you have 5 of them, it gives notifications saying, hey, you have 5 phone call feedbacks ready for you. If you want to like hire a coach to like review that and like interpret it for you, they can do that, which does a few things. First, it keeps it anonymous. That way you feel more free to speak your mind because you're matched in a group of 5. So if you say they talked too much on the first day, they didn't let me talk back. If they're hearing that from several people, and they'll say, hey, these 5 reviews, they all say you talk too much on first dates. Or they could say, the guy was a jerk. He's like rude to me or whatever. And you'll have a coach reading that and interpreting it for you, saying, here's what people are saying about you. Here's what you can work on. I'm not going to say who said this because it's anonymous. The coach won't know who it was, and they just get 5 reviews. 5, here you go.
Okay.
That's my idea. So is it a good idea?
That's pretty good. Are you going to have something on your app where people can reach out to the app and say, hey, this person, when we got on the video, was being X-rated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be reporting. Reporting and feedback are 2 different things. Reporting is like this person is fake, or they were rude, or they're overly sexual. Like that's reporting a profile. Feedback is like they talk too much, they didn't ask questions, they just like stared at their shoes the whole time, stuff like that.
I love this idea of like having someone interpret the feedback and giving you kind of, I think that's something I personally would have appreciated and would have utilized. So I think, Dano, you're on the right track for sure.
Yeah. I think people are afraid to give feedback. Like I've gone on a date or two and it's not been right. And then I've said, hey, it didn't work for you or it didn't work for me. But, honestly, did I not talk enough? Did I talk too much? Did I say anything about an ex? Did I not say anything? What do you, and they feel really uncomfortable. I'm like, just fucking tell me. I don't care. I have touched.
Some people care.
I mean,
some people are sensitive. Because
People
I'm perfect and hearing anything else is bullshit.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
I will tell you that the majority of dating apps, when you report, it's not good. They will just either automatically dump that profile, whether it's true or not, and they don't take the time to check it out, or they don't even listen or look at what you reported. There's one app that works really, really well, and you might want to check it out, Dano, just in case. Bumble, if you report something, you will get a real person that reaches out to you. And they will email you first, and then they'll offer to have an actual phone call with you. And it was incredible because one of my circumstances is I went out with somebody and he tried to force me. And I was successful to get away. But I went straight home and reported it to Bumble. And they were on it. And it wasn't a standard. They were like, oh my goodness, this is, how can we help you? Do you need to, call the police? Do we need to have backup of his information for you and things like this? It was really incredible. So, maybe there's certain things that you can learn from certain apps. That's one thing that I would highly suggest.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, this is a true investment and dedication. I mean, besides you like sitting around with your friends kind of joking around, but to take this seriously and actually bring this to fruition, that's the word I was looking for before. What has your experience been like in Denver? That's a happening town just like LA. Milwaukee is getting there, sort of, not really, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Denver is a tricky place to date because everybody has an idea of the perfect life and they want someone to fit their idea of the perfect life. And it could be, I want somebody who does rock climbing, but it's got to be outdoor rock climbing. It's got to be bouldering. It can't be indoor. It can't be trad. It can't be lead. It can't be whatever. It's got to be this. And I want someone who skis, but only Icon Pass, not Epic Pass, or only backcountry. So, and then people, A, have a very specific idea of what they want, and B, they're so busy, like they don't have time. Like, oh, I could meet you tonight, but I'm actually going to a brewery. I'm going to a concert at Red Rocks. I'm going skiing this weekend, hiking this weekend. So let's meet in like 3 weeks. I think I have an open day at 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Denver's tough.
Denver is tough.
Denver stuff for sure. Do you see like my mouth? Like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember dating in Denver and it was wild. And it was even before dating apps. And so can you imagine meeting somebody and then going, whoa, I'm not the right person for you because you're too fucking picky. But yeah, I find that Denver is very picky.
Wow. Milwaukee here, if you're going to a brewery, it's like, I'll meet you there because they're on every corner. That's what we do here. So you had me at that one, Dano, but then all the rest, I'm not an outdoorsy person at all. So obviously I would not fit into Denver's world. But I didn't even know that there were so many options and people are that picky.
Mm-hmm.
And Denver has really grown as well, right?
Yeah,
it's not just a little sleepy city anymore. It's a huge metropolis with lots of suburbs and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big.
I've never been there. But I've been to the airport. I've been to the airport, and it's a huge airport.
Actually, Gabby, we drove through there when we were moving you out.
We didn't drive through Denver.
Yes, we did, love. Yes, we did. Remember Bojo's Pizza? And then we drove up to see my mom in Wyoming. We went right through Denver. But you only saw it from the car window, so it doesn't count.
Have I been drinking the night before?
Probably. No, you were freaking out because it was snowing.
Oh yeah, you said they were just
flurries.
Well, it was just flurries, but I'd never driven in snow of any kind before, and I had a little putt Kia. Yes, I panicked, and I made you drive.
Yeah, it was fun times.
You can judge me all you want, Dano.
So
now I live in Wisconsin, where a very nice police officer told me when it was snowing here that it's illegal to drive with your hazard lights on. And I said, sir, I'm just trying to warn everyone else that I have no idea what I'm doing. And I still had my California plates on the time. He laughed and then gave me a verbal warning. But
I love it. So Dano, when do you think that you're going to launch Speechless?
So the first version I told you about, where it's just you have profiles, you swipe, you match. Once you match, you send voice memos and do the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we hit 200 people in Denver, Like I said, the waitlist app is in the approval process right now with Apple and Google. So that should be in the app stores hopefully very soon.
Okay.
Once it's live and the waitlist app is there, I'll email everyone who's signed up for the waitlist so far. That should get us up close. But then once we get 200, then we actually go live because we need people to be able to match with each other.
So how many people are you at right now? How are we going to get this word out for you?
We're at about 70 people, but not all in Denver. So if you go to the website, you can sign up for the wait list, and people sign up from all over, mostly over the US, but sometimes all over the world. So of those 70, maybe half are in Denver. So
are you doing like on the ground, like marketing, like going to bars and pubs and clubs?
So
And
you go to the TikTok. I've got TikTok where I went to the park and I have a sign. There's like free Girl Scout cookies if you give me feedback on my app idea. This was a couple months ago when we're still developing the idea. And I had like some printouts of my designs, and people just would stop and like look at my designs and give me feedback on the idea to help shape it. And I give them some Girl Scout cookies. Like I had boxes of them there. I just handed out by the box. And I'm also going to go to the farmers markets with flyers that we'll have these cards that are one side is like Colorado themed Valentine's card with, youth pikes piqued my interest, and I want to choose and park myself next to you, and cutesy cards. Other side will have a speechless QR code talking about what it is. So I'll be going to Rockies games and farmers markets and just trying to get it out there. Once the app is actually in the app store, it's a much easier sell than go to the website, put your name on the wait list. We'll email you and say, then you can download it, versus the app's there. Once we hit 200, it goes live.
I literally, Dano, as you were describing this, I had this vision of you sitting at a bar watching a guy totally crash and burn while talking to a woman, and then going up to him and being like, dude, you need my app. And then being like, sweetheart, you need my app. You know what I mean? I just had this vision of just like you being like, just a mediary, a light that comes in a dark time. A little hitch. That's the word. Like another person in the movie. Like you just walking up being like, damn, you need this in your life,
It's funny you mentioned needing something, because as I was having the call earlier with my friend who's a therapist, and she asked about this journey from like just being more efficient to just changing everything about the dating process. I told her it started off as a dating app I wished existed. Like I wish this app existed because I don't want to talk to 10 people at once. I don't want to have conversations. I just want to go straight to the phone call. This is the app I want to exist. But then I got connected to the dating roundtable, started following people on Instagram and on TikTok and seeing all these videos about mental health and about dating principles and attachment styles and good behavior, bad behavior. And the more I spend time immersed in this world, it started changing how I think about dating.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I need to put this in the app. People need to see all this content because it's so helpful.
Yeah.
And that kind of shifted me towards building this bigger version of the app. And it went from the app I want to exist to the app that I need to exist. Like this is the app that if I had this 5 years ago, my life would look totally different today.
Yes.
Exactly.
I have to say that you really said something that resonated with me. Being in this group that we are talking about, that you just talked about, really changed my whole dating concept, my whole life in dating. I mean, I still was stuck with the same stupid fucking apps, but I did not meet my person on a dating app. So that's exciting.
I met mine on a dating app, just saying.
She did. He's a great guy, though. She got really lucky.
I got lucky.
He's a great guy. But yeah, it's nice to know that there are ways of finding things. And I think that this app is really exciting, and I'm thrilled for you. And I hope that, we can actually help put the word out as well, and, get more people geared towards getting excited about an app that could really help them.
100%.
I would love that.
Mine would
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
I'm not, I thought, I wonder if his app will make me get excited about being on an app again. Oh no, I'm not worried about it. I think your app is really, really exciting and is really smart and has got it going on, but I have no desire to go back on it.
It's just really innovative because people I know, like, at least, especially, I'm newly in a relationship, like 5 months, but like, there's always that like go to the same old apps that never worked for you in the first place. And to know that there are people that are actually, you know, being really innovative and creative and coming up with, you know, new ways to date, because, you know, we keep going back to the same shit. It doesn't work. So like, I think that this is phenomenal, and more people need to know that these are existing. And I really, really wish you nothing but success with this.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is exciting, Dano. You know, good for you. And what's dating like? We've got a few minutes left, so I'm dying to know, what's dating like for you now?
I have been not dating too much because I'm focused on this app, and I don't have time really. I was up till midnight writing the provisional patent, and I was invited to go to an Avs game with someone, but I said I can't. Sorry, I got to do this thing because the dating app's kind of wrecking my dating life. But
I was
that's
going to
okay.
say, Dano, you know, don't let the dating app help you help other people and not help you.
That's okay. It'd be kind of cool if I kind of like, part of me thinks, well, what if I just hold off on like dating seriously until the app comes out, and then I meet my person on my own dating app? Like that'd be pretty cool.
That would be phenomenal. That's a true story right there.
I built a dating app to find you. That's pretty cool.
I didn't just join one. I built it.
That's pretty romantic, Dano. I think that some girl will go, "Oh my God, he built it just to find me."
Not gonna lie, if that was the case for me, I'd be throwing that out at like anyone I meet.
Yeah, not gonna lie,
the app
I'm
on your
right there
phone,
with you.
that's built for me.
Exactly.
But ironically, throwing my lot in with like, this is my thing full time now. I'm in the world of dating and relationship science. Because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if I met someone on another app, and this time I actually did it right, because this time I actually know what I'm doing and have healthy attitudes and perspectives and habits. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if I met someone on a competitor app and then actually hit it off, because I'm not going to screw it up this time.
Well, I will tell you, we talked to a lot of the dating app people who are in our group. We interview them for the show, and there's some incredible people, because they are just like you, Dano, tired of the bullshit, tired of the bad apps, trying to think of ways to help people and help themselves. So you never know, we might be able to help you. Oh, you got to watch next week's episode, Dano, because there is a couple of girls, amazing girls, that started an app called Blink. And theirs is voice activated only. And after I think it's voice, after you do that, it's like a voice blind date kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And one of the girls, it has a boyfriend, and the other one does not. And she is quite stunning. So you never know. You might have to watch next week, because she's pretty. I might be doing
Christine playing matchmaker right now? I think so.
That's a really good idea for an app. That's really clever.
Yeah. It's cute. They do like blind dates with voice. And then if you match after that, then you go on.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a very good idea.
I thank you for being here, Dano. We're running out of time, and I hate how fast it goes when we're having fun. And when I'm not having fun, it's like dragging on, and I want to pull my eyeballs out. But you're awesome. I'm sad we have to let you go. But how about this? How about you come back after your app is up and it really starts cruising, and you can tell us how it's working. And then we can help get the word out some more. So thank you for coming and being here today. Gabby, I love you so much. You're my girl.
Love you, babe.
And again, thank you, everybody, for coming and listening to us every week. Same time as next week, same place. And until then, let's just keep this shit real.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.